tell you, one of the first times I understood that having a consistent means of income that was also large in magnitude could really change things for you. You see, most people do not know. I actually did spend time working, right? I spent time working. There was a job I got. So I got this job. And normally your job would be 9 to 5, right? You'd have 9 to 5. This was quite basically a 7 to 6 affair. Proper 11 hours. Proper 11 hours. Sometimes it'd be from 6 all the way to 7 in the evening, right? For a day, I was paid, well, the breakdown of my salary was quite basically 500 naira a day. Alright, I'm not going to give the details of the company or the business that I worked in, alright? Leave that. Right? I was 15k a month. 15k a month. That's 500 a day. Right? I'm not talking dollars. I'm talking naira. I'm talking solid naira. Meaning at 15k, if we calculate it now, I think that should be about that should be 12 to $14. They're about $12 to $14 a month. A month. And mind you, this wasn't like, oh, we sit down at the desk, we punch papers. No, this was straight. This was strenuous work, right? I believe that most of my most of the foundation for my muscle mass came from that work. I worked this for nearly a year, right? Now, granted, there were bonuses. If you did a very good job, maybe somebody would squeeze something into your palms. It used to be wonderful. And I am grateful. I spent almost a year doing this. Now, in the place I used to work, a lot of people would come to buy things. People from all walks of life. You'd see old men, you'd see big men, you'd see people that were saving small to get their stuff built. You'd see people that would just once splash it out once. And there was this day, because I had just finished JAM and WAEC, and I was done with secondary school, right? I was planning to go to university. I was capable. My results were I'm not talking flimsy results, I'm talking about real good results. I think I got only 1C in WAEC, and that was from a course that I started taking, I believe, 3 months to WAEC. And I didn't really pay much attention to the course because the person teaching it didn't even come to the class. So I just read all willy-nilly, right? And I still got a C, which was more than a lot of people got at the time who have been doing this for like 3 years straight, right? The rest A's and B's. So I want you to imagine it. Someone that they have told, if you read well and you focus on all the grades and you do absolutely fucking well, you go to, do your best, everything will be fine. You don't have to worry about money. And there I was earning 15,000 a month, 500 naira a day. Mind you, they would cut it if you missed a day. Right? And then we call them Yahoo boys in Nigeria. A Yahoo boy drove in, right, with his Lexus. clean, tear rubber, shiny phone. Walked in, paid for stuff that he was going to use to build his house. Everything totaled close to ₦1 million. This particular young boy, because we knew him from, he wasn't like a cosmate or anything, he was just someone that we knew that used to learn work somewhere. So he ran off about a year back. Hear from him. Came back and somebody might sit down and say, oh, no, that's not good money. That's not legal money. I sat down in front of somebody that spent close to $1 million to buy building materials for his house, while I, who was trying to go the clean, legit way, who went and got a job before I got into university, to work an honest living. Making 15,000 naira a month. If I saved all my money for the entire year, it would still not be up to the amount needed to buy what he was buying on a whim. Back in the day, these guys used to be the bane of my existence. Like, not this guy in particular, like our boys in general used to be the bane of my existence. Because I'd sit down and I'd think, if I was the one that had this money, I'd obviously be making solid moves with it, right? He used to eat at me. And when that boy made that transaction, right? Somebody's going to, oh no, that's not legal money, that's illicit money. I want you to look at me. I want you to look at me. Look at me. When he put his card into the POS, the point of sale terminal, the POS machine, it did not read illicit money. It said transaction approved. It did not read, oh sorry, we don't take your money. It doesn't seem to be from illegitimate. It said transaction approved. If I put my card in to buy what he was about to buy for his house, you know what it would tell me? It wouldn't tell me, oh, go ahead because of your honest work. Oh, go ahead because you have kept your head low. Oh, go ahead because the law is on your side, because it would have said transaction declined due to insufficient funds. And that was when I understood that the entire world will not care if you were a good person or a kind person or you worked an honest job or anything. When your loved ones lay on a sick bed, dying because you could not afford treatment, the doctors will not look at you and say, oh, because you did a wonderful job obeying the law, we'll treat your loved one. When you have no shelter or housing over your head, and no clothes on your back, and no food on your table, nobody will sit and tell you, because you were a good little boy that listened to the rules and got good grades, it will give you a house and food and clothes. And while I am fortunate to not have gone down the cowboy route, because let me be honest with you, I have beef for all of you. No, I have beef for all of you. God helping us. Oh, God helping us. I get this money. Nothing I don't suffer for man, Jesus. And it's not in the, oh, I'll show them pepper the way you're thinking. No. I have foregone so many things to get here. And I'm not even this close to where I want, this close to where I want to be. It had to change. From that day onward, I knew it had to change. It did not matter how long it took. It did not matter how many hours I stayed up late. What I had to kick out of my life, what I had to cut out, it had to change. That's that, gentlemen. That's that. I'm glad we could have this talk. I'll go back to advising and calling people dipshits, but I felt like I had to get that off my chest. I felt like I had to get that off my chest. You need one of these moments. You need it to break you down so that you can understand viscerally what this shit is about.